Do you ever feel like manifestation is just another thing on your to-do list that you don't have time for? Like your spiritual practice is something that you have to do? Honestly, you're not alone because I felt that way too. Something that's really changed my relationship with manifestation is blending it into my lifestyle so that no matter what I'm doing, I'm also manifesting. I call this manifestation as a lifestyle, and it's single handedly made the entire manifestation journey more enjoyable for me. And I've seen my desires show up with a lot more ease. Manifesting as a lifestyle has made manifestation go from feeling like a task to something I just naturally do because it's who I am. If you'd like to learn more about this, I've created a step by step guide for you. I'll link it in my show notes so you can check it out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Affirmation Addict podcast. Today, I really wanted to share with you 3 truths behind manifesting money. I know money manifestation is something most of us are always working towards, and so I wanted to break the ice. I haven't talked about money in such a long time and just give you some truth and some inspiration on how to manifest some more money into your life.
You're listening to the Affirmation Addict podcast with Payal Agarwal. This podcast will teach you about the power of affirmations while making manifestation easy and accessible for you in order to enhance your spiritual consciousness. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so excited to dive into today's episode. Actually, wait, before we get started, I wanted to check with you. Have you heard about my new app? It's called Affirm It, and it's your one-stop shop for all things affirmations, manifestation, and self-healing. I really have been wanting to create something for you that truly empowers you to realize that you genuinely have everything you need within you. You don't need me. You don't need any other coaches. This app genuinely has everything you need to get that life that you've been trying to manifest. And it has gentle daily reminders, guided audio affirmations, sleep affirmations, affirmation reminders, and so much more good information, good energy, and so many things that I know will help you manifest your dreams. Because I'm so grateful for you, I'm actually offering you a free 7-day trial. And this is a genuine 7-day trial. That means you don't have to type in your credit card. You won't be automatically charged. There's no ads, and you get complete access to the app as if you've already subscribed to it. So if you do want to learn more about the app, head over to affirmation-addict.com/app, or if you're ready to dive in, head over to the iTunes App Store and search for Affirm It. The Android version will be coming soon, and as soon as it's ready, I'll be sure to let you know. Now we can officially dive into today's episode.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited because today I am finally talking about money manifestation. It is something I probably practice and talk about on Instagram really often, but I realized I haven't done a podcast episode completely dedicated to money in ages. I honestly think it's been at least a year. So I'm really excited to come back, bring a new, refreshing perspective on money manifestation, and just give you some truths around it. Because I know money manifestation is something that most of us are working towards, but it's also one of those super taboo, triggering, and uncomfortable topics. And to me, that's actually the most fun thing to talk about because I think it's such a kind of blatant reflection as to what our beliefs really are. And so just going into this episode, if you're already feeling a bit uneasy, if you're feeling a little triggered, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I want to manifest money, I don't think I'll be able to do it, just take a deep breath with me. Let's just release all of that and just listen with an open heart, no expectations. Just listen for your own knowledge, information, and just pleasure. So let's breathe for a second. Take one more breath with me. Okay, so money manifestation. Guys, I think money manifestation is one of my favorite topics because I think it's something that it feels like it converges with manifestation is too good to be true because money doesn't grow off of trees, right? That's one of the first things that all of us underlyingly have in our hearts is that money doesn't grow on trees. And I just want to share some truths about money manifestation and the way it works. And if you guys want a more tangible episode with different tips and tricks, let me know. I do have a guide in my app that gives you a little bit more of those tangible tips and tricks. However, in money manifestation, I think a lot of people skip to the actions and the doing without understanding why this stuff works. So I really want to talk about the why of money manifestation because I know 100% it works. I've done it. I teach it. It is something that's always going on. But I don't think a lot of us really understand why. And I think if you are struggling with money manifestation or you kind of are at like a plateau, you can manifest X amount, but you can't really go higher or you can't get it more often. I think these 3 truths will really, really help you out to understand where money manifestation is occurring, how it's occurring, and just a few things to understand. So number 1, and probably the most important, most obvious thing in money manifestation to understand is that money is energy, okay? And we all hear that, but what does that even mean, right? So when we're talking about manifestation and the fact that money is simply just an energy, what that means is you need to figure out in your heart what the energy of money feels like to you. And there's no one definition of the energy of money. There's no one vibration. The energy of money just exists, and it's your job to identify how it shows up into your life, because the energy of money will reflect in your life the way you are projecting onto it. I know that's a little bit mind-boggling. So the energy of money will project into your life the way you are projecting onto it, okay? So for example, if I am constantly thinking the thoughts, money doesn't grow on trees, I don't have enough money, I'm always in debt, the energy of money that's going to show up in my life is one that matches those types of thoughts. So there's not going to be enough of it. I'll always feel like I'm running out of it. I'll feel like I don't deserve it. So I might have income issues. Those are the types of kind of experiences that I'll experience with money with those thoughts. On the other hand, if I start to change my story around money and start to say things like, money flows to me effortlessly, money is everywhere, I am worthy of receiving money, I'm open to receiving money. If you start to say those thoughts, the energy of money and the way it shows up in your life is going to dramatically shift. Money will start coming into your life with ease. Money will pop up and you'll get random returns, random refunds. You'll get random checks in the mail. Money will start to come through new clients or new business opportunities or just new income opportunities. And money will really start to show up in that way. So I think there's a really big misunderstanding that money is just one energy. I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, my story is money is joy, money is freedom, money is happiness, money just is. I am money. Those are my money truths. However, I don't think your money truths have to be the same as mine. All I want you to remember is that money reflects in your life the way you project onto it based off of your energy and your thoughts. So it's really, really powerful if you start to pick and choose your money story, you start to pick and choose your money affirmations to revolve and really reflect the way that you want your money to show up in your life. And this isn't just 2 minutes a day you do your affirmations. I mean, that's powerful. You have the reminder set up in the app. I get it. However, there's so much more that you have to do because your rituals are maybe 5% of your day. You still have 95% of your day. So the way you show up for money, the way you talk about money, the way you think about money, all of that is also manifesting. So your rituals are super powerful, but just be mindful and start to notice the way you're talking about money in the rest of your life, the way you're thinking about money, the way you're reacting to money. What energetic relationship do you have with money? And so to help you with this tip, my favorite thing to do is to literally sit on a piece of paper and define how I want money to show up in my life without thinking about logic, practicality, resources, without thinking about anything, just my dream. If anything was possible, this is how money would show up in my life. And it has to be a sense of believability for me. So it might not be money flows to me easily. It might be money flows to me with more ease. Maybe you can't imagine ease yet. So maybe just a little bit more ease than where you are. So there's no right or wrong way to define your relationship with money, and it can always change. But a really great way to embody the true belief and the true idea that money is energy is to define what energy is money in your life. Is it abundant? Is it not enough? Is it free flowing? Is it blocked in accounts? Is it blocked in different transactions? How do you want money in your life? And give yourself permission to determine, give yourself that permission to define it, because it's truly in your control. Okay, now moving into truth number 2. This I know is a hard one for people to believe, and I think it really comes down to just our past stories, which I know you're going to work on changing. And so I want you to hear this truth with an open mind and an open heart. So the number 2 truth that I want you to start to understand when you're trying to manifest money is that the more you give, the more you spend, the more you receive. And I know that feels so counterintuitive. And most of us who are trying to manifest money, if we have limiting money beliefs, that is, you're like asking someone to do a crime, because it's so hard when we have the belief system that you have to hold onto your money, you have to save it. If you spend it, it's never going to come back. Those are the types of triggers that might come up. And I totally get it. I've been right there by your side. But I was actually able to change my beliefs. I was able to see that the energy of money is something that needs to be spent. The purpose of money is transactional, right? And so if you are having something that's transactional and you just hold on to it, you're not letting it live out its purpose. So by holding on and saving and just hoarding that money, we are preventing it from doing its transaction. Now, a major disclaimer, I'm not saying go spend all your money. I'm not saying don't be responsible. I 100% in believing saving money, having a certain percentage of my money in savings. I think that's something I'm really good at. But my mindset has changed around it, where if my savings goes below a certain number, I don't panic because I know more is coming. So it's just changing the relationship with the way you're doing the things that you're doing. So say you are a big saver. Maybe you save a little less and you donate part of your money, because what do you need all that money for? Or if you're saving up to buy something, then save up to it and buy it with love versus, oh, I need to hold on to my money and I don't have enough of it, so I need to save it. So I'm not asking you to necessarily change your habits if you don't feel comfortable doing that yet, but I do want to remind you is that the purpose of money is actually to be transactional. It's to be spent. It's to be moving and flowing. And I think the hardest thing is to spend money. It's like you're letting go of it and we don't know if it's coming back to us yet. So I know that that's hard. I know that it's scary. Trust me, I get it. I've been in those shoes before, but I finally realized that money literally is here. It's our current currency, and it's here to be spent. It's here to be used. It's here to just be honestly transactional. I know I keep saying that word, but that's all I can think of to explain that money's purpose is transactional, whether it's to spend it on, I don't know, on a fancy trip, or if you want to spend it on building a home for somebody. Whatever you decide to spend your money on, that's personally in your power. However, the transaction doesn't mean it's evil. The transaction and the spending doesn't mean you're bad or you're not spiritual or you're not conscious, because the true purpose of money is to be spent. So now if you take it into a different perspective, you get to choose how that money is spent, and that's where your power lies. So for me, a big way, a huge percentage of my income goes to donations, goes to uplifting other people, goes to charities, because that makes me feel really good. And it's not out of, oh, I want to give my money to a charity so I can get it back. That's absolutely not the intention. It's because when I use my money that way, it fills me up with so much joy. Something I recently did was I took up a project where it's like kind of a secretive organization in Arizona where they really support children who've been severely abused. And for that, because they're severely abused, you don't have the opportunity, like I don't have the opportunity to meet them or work with them, because just for their protection and their safety. So all I can do is just give. I can give them a little gift card. I can give them a little tree. I can give them chocolates. I can write them letters. I can give them love. And for them, I can give them love in the form of gifts. And it used to be so bothersome to me. I used to not be able to wrap my head around giving people gifts or giving money because it just felt superficial. And I was at that point where I was like, oh, spirituality, and I need to just be not materialistic. I kind of went the other extreme. And if you're in that boat, you're totally fine. But for me, I made peace with it because I'm giving them materialistic things because one, they're in need. Two, it brings them so much joy. And secondly, I'm able to use my money to give somebody else something materialistic that they can really benefit off of. And if that can make their day brighter, that's the best thing. And so for me, my form of giving, that's one of my biggest forms. I spend about $1,000 a month giving to various kids in need because for me, that's my passion right now. And it can change, and you get to choose what charity, what organization you get to give. And it doesn't have to be $1,000. It can be $5. It can be when you're in the line at Starbucks paying for the person behind you. That is just as powerful as giving to somebody than it is to do a charity walk or to do anything. Like every single transaction of you giving, like with just the gratitude and graciousness of your heart, giving is one of those energies that is so high on that frequency chart that it's so hard to match. So if you can give with that open and loving heart, whatever that means for you, maybe for you it's animals, maybe for you it's the elderly, maybe it's just someone in your family who's in need and needs some money from you. Whatever form that you give in out of no expectation of return and you're just giving out of the goodness of your heart, that is such a powerful way you can also spend your money. And so sometimes that's the way the world is, where certain people in this lifetime are in need and may not be as successful or may not be as abundant as you are, but with your love, with the energy of the money you give them, you can help them on that pathway. And I've actually noticed that a lot with these kids in the letters I've been writing them. I'm teaching them little tidbits of manifestation. I'm teaching them the power of their minds. And this organization has given me the opportunity to do that. And it's so, so fulfilling. And so don't underestimate the power of you giving. Don't think that you're above and you're being rude. Think of it as you are doing your service, and think of it as you are using your money for good. And that is something I really, really believe in. Is giving and donating and sharing your money without expecting it in return is one of the most freeing things, and for me, one of the most empowering things I can ever do. And it's truly my motivation to create more money so I can just give it out even more. And so it's just a perspective shift that I'm so happy for, that I have been able to embody, because it's helped me manifest more money in my business, not to make my business go to a certain level, but because my motivation is that the more I manifest in my business, the more I can give and give and give. So that's my thought process. If you don't resonate with that, that's absolutely okay. But just remember, you get to pick your own money stories. So that is truth number 2 I really wanted to share with you, is that the power of money is that the more you spend it, the more you give it, the more that it can come back to you as well. And so just a really powerful way to think about it, just a different way to think about it. And the last thing that I wanted to share is that your vibration is always felt by money. Think of money as a friend. Think of money as somebody you can talk to. This ties a lot with point number 1, where money is just an energy, but I wanted to make it a little more applicable in terms of, for those of you who love manifesting, who love journaling, think of money as someone you can just talk to. Think of money as someone like an angel sitting on your shoulder, like the good angel, bad angel. Think of it like that. Like money is something that you can just tap into that energy by just feeling how you want it to feel. And remember that what abundance feels like. And so a few tangible tips that I wanted to share with you to really embody that vibration of abundance is whatever works for you. So one thing I love doing whenever I am swiping my credit card, whether it's for a personal purchase, whether it's for a business purchase, whether it's for food, whatever I am buying, I always say, I'm so grateful for this money. Whenever I swipe my credit card, whenever I click the button to pay for something, just those little nudges, really, money hears that, money sees that energy is really making a difference. And so that little thing like swiping your credit card and saying thank you is so, so powerful. Another fun one you can do is write yourself those abundance checks. I know they feel so silly, but if you take out the time to print out an abundance check, write yourself a check and put it, you are just signaling to the energy of money, to the universe that, hey, I am willing to receive. I am ready to receive. It's just a powerful mind-body connection that helps you play some tricks on your subconscious mind. It helps you signal to the universe that, hey, I am ready to receive. I am willing to put in the work. I'm also willing to believe in that I can receive. So that is such a powerful way to do it. And if you don't want to print it out, if you don't want to do any of that, the littlest thing you can do is just repeat one of these affirmations. And I'm going to give you 3 of my favorites. Number 1 is I am money. Money and I are one. So a variation of me and money are equal. Number 2 is money flows to me with ease and I'm ready to receive it. And number 3 is I am abundant and the universe is abundant with me. So those are 3 of my favorite money affirmations. There's so many more. I have so many in my app. I have so many on my page. So if you feel like you're in need of even more money affirmations, go in and find the ones that resonate with you. Find the ones that are speaking the language of your soul and just make you feel a little bit smiley, a little bit excited, a little bit eager. Let yourself feel excited and feel like you can celebrate the fact that you are a money manifester. Because I think the most powerful thing in money manifestation is to remember that the energy of money is meant to be spent. It's meant to be celebrated. It's meant to be joyful. So in what ways can you embody that now? And a lot of the times we have to do a little bit of deeper affirmation work to get to the point of saying, I am money with confidence, with conviction. And so I really, really hope that these 3 little tips helped you out, because money manifestation, I think, is something that all of us are worthy of. I try and help as many people as I can embody the true energy of money and remind them that they can manifest money too. It makes me so sad to my heart when people just feel helpless around money, because I think it's something that from our past generations, past traumas, that money has become a really hard topic. And I would love to be able to help people change that and help you change that and start feeling more comfortable and more ready to receive money and more aligned with that energy of money. So I hope these 3 truths were really helpful, really inspiring. And if you like them, please let me know. It means the absolute world to me when I get your messages or reviews about the podcast. I would love to hear back from you. And I hope you have an absolutely magical day. And I'm sending you all my love. Mwah. Thank you so much for being here.
So, how did you like today's episode? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed recording it. And before you leave, I wanted to just say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for spending some time with me. If this episode or any of my content has ever inspired you, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could leave a review in the iTunes podcast app and just share this with someone you care about. The more you guys leave reviews and share this with people, the more I am able to create more content for you, and that's what fuels me and keeps me going. I am so genuinely grateful for the time we shared today, and until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of healing energy. Bye!